How are you guys? I can see there's people watching, but I don't know who it is. Are you guys ready for fair? Hi, Kayleen. Drop a comment and let me know that you guys are listening. We have 8 people watching. This is also a practice for myself, so I know what I'm doing to make sure that everything works when we start live streaming our livestock shows starting on Tuesday. What questions do you guys have for me about this upcoming fair? Hi, Amanda. Hi, Kirsten. This is fun, guys. Trace is wanting to know when you guys will get your wristbands. So you will get your wristbands at check-in. And so each exhibitor is allotted a certain amount of wristbands, and they can have, they'll get one for themselves and then the number allotted. Yep, so Amanda is wondering 6 wristbands per exhibitor. It depends on the show, but for the goat show is what I'm guessing you're wanting to know. Yes, 6 wristbands per exhibitor, plus the exhibitor will get one as well. And if you don't need 6 wristbands, just let us know at check-in. Because remember that we will also have our livestock shows live streamed on the Hamilton County Fairs Facebook page and on our YouTube account, Hamilton County 4-H's YouTube account. Any other questions? I'm sure that there's a lot more questions. Interesting. So I'm looking on my own Facebook page, and it's about a 30-second delay between what is happening live when I say it and when it actually gets there. So interesting. Amy asks, are you going to put up a link up to the live stream so we can share that with people that want to watch? Yes. Earlier today, I created some events on the Hamilton County Fairs Facebook page. So if you go and click on those events, if you go and click on those events and say that you're interested, it will give you a reminder that those are starting. And so those will be on the Hamilton County Fair Facebook page. And that's probably the easiest way to find it that day of the show. And then for if they don't have Facebook or don't want to watch it on Facebook, I can send out the link for the YouTube account as well. And also if they just want to search, if they're on YouTube, they can search Hamilton County 4-H and find our channel. We have like the same little avatar as our Facebook channel, so you can make sure that it's the same thing if it's Iowa 4-H, not Hamilton County in Illinois, or there's other Hamilton counties more than just ours. So, but we will probably send out a link to exhibitors with the live feed where they can find the live feeds. We just wanted to make sure we're playing with it today, so we wanted to make sure that it was going to work for all shows. So Danica is wondering when the swine rules will be published on the fair schedule document. I'm still working with the superintendents on getting that information. Really, since swine is coming in the night before, the day of the show is going to be pretty similar as the regular show. You know, it starts at 8 a.m. versus the other shows. They're all a little bit different because they're weighing in on the same day as the show. So do you have any more like follow-up questions? So I can try to answer those if you have any specific swine questions. Maybe I will start going through the schedule and maybe read that through and see if anybody has any questions. So starting with the static exhibit judging, we set up our tables and made sure that all of our judges and our exhibitors would be 6 feet apart. We also have shields, like plexiglass shields that are going to be on the table. So I'm excited to have those just for another level of safety and precaution between the judge and the youth, but also allows them to show their exhibits, their non-livestock exhibits. And then we're going to be, previously it stated that we were going to be using the floral hall, but we, actually the Vandy's building is a lot bigger than I thought when there's no booths in there like a normal year. So we will be just using the Vandy's building and the Ed Prince building for judging. Brooke, our summer assistant, is going to be outside in a tent, hopefully. It's supposed to rain on Monday, so we will see if there's any changes. Exhibitors will get an email from me with those changes, but they will pick up. There's not going to be any exhibit tags this year because the exhibits are not on display. So we don't have a need for them, and it's one less step that we have to do, and where there's usually a congested table. So exhibitors will come through the tent and pick up an exhibitor barcode sheet. And so the barcode sheet was something that we had last year as well, and that is where the judges will record what placing each exhibit will get, and then they will scratch off the barcode and exhibit if they decide not to bring it. And at the end of judging, they will need to turn in that barcode sheet to be able to receive their ribbons from that drive-through table tent. And they will also, that's how we will record the placings for all the exhibits. So they will be doing that and trying to do that as soon as possible, so you guys can find the live results on our fair entry page. And one thing that's not listed in the important information, but we decided today when we were setting up that we are going to have one door for entering the building and one door for exiting the building. So there's not a bunch of people trying to go in and out of the same door. So those will be labeled on the building. For Van Diest building, the enter door is going to be the main door, and then the exit door is going to be out by the bathrooms, the north door. And then in Ed Prince, the west door will be the entrance door, and then the south door, kind of by where our office door is, that door will be the exit one. Megan had a question. Will we pick up challenge class exhibits on Saturday at the same time as exhibits held back? We are actually thinking about that today. For photography, yes, we'll just keep them back. But if you have like a food exhibit that was held back, we may email those exhibitors and let them know maybe a time on Tuesday or Wednesday that they can come and pick up their food, so their food doesn't go to waste if they don't want to. It's definitely your choice if you want that to be picked up or not, but if you don't want it to get moldy and you actually want to eat it, that'd be fine. But yeah, the challenge class photography will end up staying and until everything is recorded, because that stuff is stuff that is all decided at the end of the day. The challenge photography and the challenge food nutrition classes are decided at the end of the day, but that's also when we're doing state fair decisions and top of each class decisions and outstanding junior decisions. So there's just a lot of record keeping that we have to do. So we want to make sure that everything is right before anything leaves. So State Fair this year will be, for static exhibits, will be virtual. So we are going to be submitting exhibits as is. So there's not going to be a need to bring back your exhibit to our office. Brooke, Carrie, our summer staff, and then Stacy and I will be working on through the week, submitting that those write-ups and taking pictures of the exhibits to submit to the state. So I'm not sure when they will judge those exhibits, but those people will be notified when we're still trying to hear more information on that, but at least we know what we need to do. And then we can hopefully save you guys some stress trying to get it back to the office. So if you're watching, say hi. I can't tell who is watching. I just know how many people are watching. So let me know who's watching, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. If I don't have the answer today, I can try to figure out the answer tomorrow. So. What is everybody most excited about? I'm excited about, or I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. That's the one thing about, about everything right now is I haven't really seen anybody. So I'm excited to see my 4-Hers again. I'm excited to see the parents again, 4-H families. It's been a lonely couple of months in the office or when I was working at home as well. Do you guys have any questions? Any comments? Looking for feedback? I'm hoping that this makes me feel better, that everybody feels prepared. Kirsten is looking forward to July 28th. Kirsten is the CYC in Humboldt County. Thanks for watching, Kirsten. And her fair is during the same week as our fair. So I am also looking forward to July 28th. Less stress. But Kirsten is also getting married the weekend after fair. Pretty brave. So I will stay on here for a couple more minutes. And I will see if anybody else has questions. And of course, if you think of something after tonight, please email me. Right now, I'm kind of in and out of the office, so a phone call might not be the best way to get a hold of me because we're setting up at the fairgrounds and setting up, taking stuff out for our office. So please email me and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Are you guys excited about having the livestock shows live? I am. And hopefully, we'll see how it goes, first of all. But hopefully this is something that we can probably do every year if possible. So I'll continue about, where should I go? Let's talk about static judging a little bit more. In the Van Diest building will be photography, ag and natural resources, animals, and science, engineering, and technology. There also will be in that building is visual arts. So, and horticulture. I cannot forget horticulture. So we will have 6 different judges in the Van Diest building. And then we will have all of the other ones in Ed Prince. So foods, clothing, and fashion, sewing and needle arts. What am I missing? Home improvement and personal development will all be in the Van Diest building, or in the Ed Prince building. I told you guys wrong. What else will be different this year? We have all of the chairs set out 6 feet apart. So if you are waiting, exhibitors, if you're waiting, please don't move the chair. There's an X on the floor out of tape, saying that the chair needs to stay there, or if it's for some reason moved, it needs to go back. But please try to stay 6 feet apart. We're asking exhibitors to please wear masks. I mean, it is up to you, but I am highly encouraging wearing masks. I will be wearing a mask, and all extension staff will be wearing masks. What else? Parents, we're going to try not to have any parents in the buildings, just to ease up on pretty much the clutter that gets to be in the buildings, waiting for check-in at each building site. That's just one body that we don't need to have in there. So, or 2 bodies or multiple bodies that we don't need in there. We just need the exhibitors in the buildings. So we're asking parents to please stay outside. Please stay in your cars if possible, because I don't want a bunch of parents congregating outside the buildings either. So we're asking parents to not come in the buildings. If exhibitors need help carrying something, let Brooke know at the tent, the drive-through check-in, and she will let someone know that you need help carrying things, or if it's possible that we just have the judge come outside if it's a really large exhibit. So we're not going to try to bring large exhibits inside, just because we don't want to handle the exhibits if we don't need to. There's 6 people watching. What questions do you guys have? I've been talking about static exhibits, but I can also answer livestock. Livestock, there's been a little bit more information out there. Livestock shows, also encouraging to wear face masks in the show ring. We're blessed to have a air-conditioned show arena, so it's not even going to be that hot. Amanda's wondering, for horticulture, how many tomatoes do you put on a plate? Oh, she meant green beans. I don't know. Let's look at my fair book. Should be... see what else it says. It says a plate of 6 snap beans. So, and if you're wanting to know about tomatoes too, it is a plate of 3 ripe tomatoes with no green on them. And that can be found on page 11 and 12 of our fair book that is posted on our page, on our fair page. And let me go to our fair page and I can post that link in the comments. There we go. See if I can show comments too. So this link below is a really great resource for pretty much anything fair related. You can find the fair book on there. You can find the most recent updated schedule. You can find, remember, all animals, even though they're not staying overnight, or most animals are not staying overnight, they still need to bring drug affidavits filled out and signed for check-in and weigh-in. So please remember to bring those, and it'd be great if you could bring them filled out beforehand instead of us having to hand you one at check-in and you have to spend some time to fill it out and come back and turn it back in. So those are all on there. Those drug affidavits are required for beef, meat, goats, swine, sheep, and horses. You can also find different write-up forms. So if you are looking for the photography exhibit label that is on that sheet or on that webpage, you can also find the exhibit write-up form. Any of the help sheets if you're needing help with the elements and principles of design. Anything about preparing vegetables or fruit for exhibits. So that might be helpful. Really anything you need to know about fair, right there. Any forms. All right, I'll go through the fair schedule. And I do want to mention something here. I'm not sure if this is applicable to anybody, but the sheep show in the schedule that went out earlier, the sheep show was listed at starting at 11 o'clock, and it actually starts at noon. So make sure to note that change. Hopefully everybody is on, that needs to be there, is on the fairgrounds already. At least it's starting later than was specified earlier instead of 11 o'clock. So people will just be early if they didn't get the news of the change. So on Tuesday, we have the poultry show and rabbit show. So those are both species are being checked in at different times. Poultry from 7 to 8 a.m. with the show starting at 10, and rabbit from 11 to 12 p.m. is their check-in. And that check-in, since the poultry show is going to be going on in the show arena, the rabbit check-in will be in the rabbit barn from 11 to 12. And then at 2 o'clock is going to be the rabbit show. So you may be wondering why there's gaps in between the show and check-in. We have to make show programs based on what is actually brought to the fair. Yes, we have everybody's fair entries in, but sometimes the wrong breed was listed or something like that. So we want to make sure that the show program is correct There might be a few mistakes. I mean, it won't be proofread as well because we're on a time crunch. Usually we have a day or two to put these show programs together. So, and if the show doesn't start right away at 2 o'clock or at 10 o'clock like it's listed, know that it will be starting shortly. And all species but horse have decided that they are going to start with their showmanship classes first, because then that gives them a little bit more time to get our show programs out, and showmanship is just decided the day of at check-in. So we don't have to have that in the show program. We'll just list the winners once we get the show program printed out. Hello guys, if you're just jumping back on, ask any questions in the comments. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. And if I can't answer them, you'll have an answer by 4:30 tomorrow, hopefully, unless it's like a big thing. So any question, big or small, let me know. So I'm just talking to myself right now. So we're talking about livestock shows right now. So the poultry and rabbit show are on Tuesday. On Wednesday is the meat and dairy goat show. The check-in for that is from 8 to 9 a.m. And then also, go back to Tuesday. Horse has check-in from 6 to 8, and this is when you say what lots you are wanting to participate in or not. That's when you make your scratches at that time. So that is required for check-in. You should have turned in, your horse exhibitor should have turned in their sheet to Lisa Vold if they are planning on stalling or not, just jumping out of their trailer the day of the show. And then at 8 p.m. is a mandatory horse exhibitor meeting. Then on Wednesday is the meat and dairy goat check-in from 8 to 9. The horse show starts right away at 8 a.m. and that will be live streamed out at the horse arena. So we're working on seeing if the internet goes that far out, and it does. So we can make that work. Then at 12:30 is the meat and dairy goat show in the show arena. So of course, starting with senior, intermediate, and junior showmanship, and then going on to dairy goats and then meat goats. And at 5 o'clock will be the bottle goat show, and that is going to be at the Colada Horse Arena. All of the bottle animal shows are going to be at the horse arena, unless on Wednesday the horse show is still going on, then they will have that at the event center. And then on Thursday is the sheep show, sheep day. So from 7 to 9 is the breeding and market sheep weigh-in and check-in. And if, like normal, the scale will be in the swine barn. And then at 12 p.m., so noon, is the sheep show in the show arena, starting with showmanship and going on through individual breeding classes, then individual market lambs, then white classes, and then selecting the champion market lambs. And at 5 o'clock is the bottle lamb show in the Quad Horse Arena. One thing that I want to note, and I really want to stress, is that there will be no food and drink on the fairgrounds. Like, there's going to be no food and drink that you can purchase on the fairgrounds. Correction. So please bring your own stuff. We want everybody to stay healthy and hydrated, and most of the shows start later than usual, so you might have some time to go and grab something or bring a cooler with food in it. There will be no vendors on the fairgrounds, so please, please, please remember that. Okay. And then on Friday is the beef show, the cattle show. The check-in is from 7 to 9 a.m. And also weigh-in. Then at 10 a.m. is going to be the beef show. That could pushed back. We're being optimistic, having it start at 10 a.m. Starting with showmanship classes, breeding beef, and then market beef. Then after that, at 5 o'clock is the Bottle Bucket Calf Show in the horse arena. And then at 5 o'clock, swine can be penned in the swine barn. And then starting at 7 o'clock is going to be swine weigh-in. So swine can be penned, I believe, by family. They're not going to assign pens, so whoever's there first is there first. At Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. is going to be the swine show in the show arena. This one is also going to start with showmanship and then continue on through light, middle, and heavyweight classes and then selection of champions. Also on Saturday at 5 o'clock is going to be the Supreme Hamilton County Senior Showmanship Competition. This will be done as a quiz instead of actually showing the animals in comparison to years before when everybody would be in the ring and showing the animals. So just wanted everybody to be prepared that there's not going to be anything to watch. The senior showmen from each species will be taking the quiz in the Ed Prince building, and then we will, at the Ed Prince stage, congratulate the winner. Jamie's logged on. Look at this. Isn't it neat?
It's super neat.
So you can look through. Can you see the comments?
Yes, I can.
So I've answered some questions.
Well, I watched out here.
Oh, okay.
So keep going with your schedule.
Oh, yeah, I was almost done. Then after that, from 6 to 8 p.m. is when you can pick up any held back or dropped off static exhibits. So if you have any even if you have food, and you may not want the actual food, you might want your plate back, but and you didn't want to come and pick it up earlier, then pick it up at that time, but you can pick up your ribbon at that time too. So please come and pick up your exhibits before 8 o'clock on Saturday. And then there's nothing on Sunday or Monday. Jamie, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. A new schedule, but all gonna work.
I have to turn up my volume. Hey, Leah. Look at that. I can post the comment.
Oh boy.
She taught me. What else? I've just basically been talking to myself this whole time.
I saw that. You're
It's a little awkward, but by the end of next week, we'll get used to it.
That's right. We'll be pros at this live stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was just telling Brooke that halfway, like, how crazy is it? A week from now, we'll be halfway through our fair.
Ooh.
More than halfway.
There's still a few things that I'm waiting on, so let's not rush that.
I know.
But the trophies are here. We're waiting on banners. I think that's the main thing we're waiting on.
On banners?
Yeah.
Getting that stuff in?
Yep.
The important stuff.
That's right. Those prizes.
Mm-hmm. So did you get them all unloaded?
Yes, they are all on the prints, and we're going to label them tomorrow so they can write their thank you.
Ooh. That's a big thing, guys.
Yes.
Please, please, please write your thank yous to your trophy sponsors. They look forward to getting those thank yous, and they really appreciate it. And so please, 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 I cannot stress enough, please write thank yous to your trophy sponsors or anybody that has sponsored the fair. It's been a really rough year for everybody, small businesses, our community, pretty much the whole United States has been rough. So them still giving money to sponsor trophies is huge.
We have about 10 sponsors that still wanted to sponsor the fair this year. So again, I would say we have boards that we're going to put out a little different than in the years past, but I would say if you see those people, just thank them because it still goes along.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, I haven't heard questions for a while.
I don't know, give them a couple more and then call her good.
I think so.
I
But
think
this is also recorded on our page, so they can go back and watch it again.
I think you touched on the live results when I was kind of able to listen earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I will be in the show arena doing live results. I can post the live results page. Just hold on. The link to that page, the link will stay the same. So you just choose what division or exhibitor, you just search for whatever you're looking for, and should be able to find the results. There's already results in there, so that's kind of cool. You can see what it looks like. So I'm posting that live results link in the chat. But that's what it looks like. So the live results are pretty accurate, unless the person entering them does not do a great job at being accurate. But every 15 minutes it refreshes, so it's not like live, but
more than we've ever
before
done.
the next class ends,
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
It'll probably be updated. So we'll see if the show arena internet can keep the live results going strong.
We hope so.
I'm going to post Amy's comment because thank you for everything that both of you have done. I know you both have worked very hard on this. Yes, this is what has been on our mind and what we've been working on since
before last year's fair.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we had to scrap it all and then redo it.
Yeah. I've made the comment more than once that it's been harder to this year's fair at a smaller scale than it is a full-fledged.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then you have the worries of keeping everybody safe in the back of your mind as well. Did you make the right choice? And so on. So
yes, I agree.
So thank you, Amy. Sometimes we need to hear that.
On those hard, long days, I don't think you've everything.
Yeah. So, Jamie?
Yep.
Before we sign off, does anybody have questions? Even the littlest question
This year,
Another good question.
yeah, this year especially, I don't think any question is out of the ordinary.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect. Honestly, we don't know what to expect. Unfortunately, neither of us have planned a fair during a pandemic, so we don't have experience.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, and I really hope I don't ever have to do it again.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well,
Have anyone else?
no. Well, guys, last call. Any questions? And of course, and I told them, and I will say it again, if you have a question, your best bet is just to email me, brenna.b@iastate.edu versus calling the office, because tomorrow there's no promises that I'm actually going to be in the office for more than 5 minutes to load up my car and head out to the fairgrounds. So.
And the same with the fair. Message the Facebook page or try and call the office. But again, in the last hour, I've been in about 3 of the buildings, so I'm not always in here. Message the Facebook page or email us at hamcox@gmail.com. But yeah, please don't hesitate to questions or concerns or anything.
Yeah, we would much rather you guys ask a question and feel prepared for show day or exhibit day, judging day, but we don't want you to come not prepared and not know what to expect and not have a great experience. We want everybody to have a great experience. So,
Correct.
Well, it looks like everybody's signing off. So I think it's time for us to sign off as well.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Jamie.
All right. See you later.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everyone.